Stay Focused Media. Watch, learn, share.
As an individual, their situation is going to just get worse, and they become more and more like, how can you say, undesirable in their actions and their perceptions, if you like. People used to support each other, look after their own. People don't do that in England anymore. You know what I mean? People throw their old people in rest homes, you know. Can't be asked with the kids. It's when if they're not at school, they're in care.
The only thing Jesus told us to do was to look after the poor, not to buy a Ferrari or car or 60 houses or buy Gucci. No, sir. He told us to look after the poor.
Yeah, I'm Carl. I'm from Blackpool originally. Been in Birmingham for 10 years. Never really got a permanent place here. A few health problems, in and out of hospital, problems with shared accommodation, end up on the street, no benefits. Big homeless explosion originally when I come to Birmingham. It was just impossible to get help. And then with all the stigma attached and all the stuff in the papers and that, it's just a nightmare. When the lockdown happened, I mean, I got interviewed at an ITN. They said at the end of the segment they found me somewhere to live. They hadn't at all. The geezer wouldn't even get me a hot drink.
So my name's Jack, aka Leicester. I'm from Leicester obviously, and I've been homeless for about 7 months straight, on and off for about 2 years. Well, obviously, in Leicester, I had a crazy time. Obviously, I think I've matured up a lot since then, but in Leicester something bad happened and I had to get out of the area, so I ended up moving to Northampton, and then from Northampton I came to Birmingham, and I came to Birmingham for a fresh start, you know, to try and get things better.
My name's Simon John Leake. I've been on the city centre for 28 years now, and I've been homeless for 28 years.
How did you become homeless?
Family breakdown.
What did you used to do before you was homeless?
School. I've been homeless since I was 16 years old.
My name's Mary, I'm from Birmingham. I've been homeless since 2017. Me and my husband got evicted for bedroom tax in 2017, and we've been to the council, and the lady at Newtown Council was so racist because I was with a black person.
My name's Leslie. I'm from Birmingham and I've lived here all my life. We're Birmingham Support Group. We've been Birmingham Support Group for about 4 years, but as a group we've been operating for about 7 years, 8 years now. Well, what we do, we help the homeless and the needy. We provide hot meals through our soup kitchen. We do hot drinks, clothing, toiletries.
I used to be in the army before come on the streets and that.
The reason for you being homeless?
Just split up with the partner and that, and family and that, really.
I was homeless because I just had to get out of the place I was in, so I had to get out. But like now do you know what I mean? I've got a place, but it's not a place that's comfortable. I'm not running the place down because they give me blessed for me to stay there. That's it. You know what I mean? So they give me a blessing that, like, so yeah, that's how it happened.
So what did you used to do before you was homeless?
I was just nothing really. I was just, you know what I mean? I was just living my life.
What is a common reason you have found for a lot of people living on the streets?
Yeah, like I said, a variety of reasons. one reason why one guy was evicted, kicked out the family home, was because he was gay. His mother couldn't accept that and kicked him out onto the street. And I just can't understand why you do something like that to your own flesh and blood.
How is it sleeping on the streets?
Depressing. It takes a little bit of your soul every day. Every day it strips a bit away from you. Every day it does.
Horrible. Because with this gun and knife crime, what's going about, it's getting terrible. You're not safe in any way at all. Not safe whatsoever.
In general, it's you can get to sleep as long as it's not too cold and not too uncomfortable. I mean, we found stairwells carpeted and that to get in before. Slept in the electric cupboard last Christmas. Get it properly cozied out. Like, but then again, I've slept like barefaced on like cardboard and on the corner over there. It's the waking up in the crap weather, feeling grotty and horrible. It's depressing as fuck. Sorry, excuse my French, but it's horrible. Short period of time you can get over it. It's like camping out, you know. I suppose look at it like a bit of a camping out thing for a couple of weeks. After that, it's just, mate, it's hard. I mean, people think, oh, most people are lazy, don't do much and stuff. It's like, mate, it's the hardest thing ever. I mean, I'm 47 now. Being homeless is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it at the start when you first become homeless, and you don't really know how to make money in that, you know. You kind of learn off everyone else, bro, and then you come up with your own tactics in the end, and then whatever works for you, that's what works for you, bro, and then that's how you make money, you know what I mean? But yeah, you do get off the buskers, especially the buskers helpers.
So what are some of the tactics, like when you first come on the streets, people was telling you like how to make money and stuff?
Obviously people have their own patches and everything as well. People have their own pictures, you know what I mean? So you can't go sitting on someone else's pitch, and if they turn up they're gonna go crazy like, yo bro, you're on the fucking pitch, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to move, bro, like this, innit? Because that's where they sat, and they probably sat there for years and years and years, bro, and that's where they sat to make money. So you can't go sitting on next man's pitch and that, bro. If anyone sat on my pitch at H&M, I'll go crazy, bro.
There are people around there, maybe troublemakers, some are out because there's a drugs around here. You gotta have to look after yourself, which is number one, yourself.
People are always on the man, bro, and yeah, I think that's like its own pandemic, epidemic sort of thing as well in itself. The man is a big thing, especially in Birmingham, brother, especially in Birmingham. So I think manbot is one of the drugs that is actually taking over a lot of other drugs, you know what I mean, such as crack cocaine, smack, weed, everything like this. You've got people smoking mams instead. Yeah, mams fucks you up more than any of them other drugs, bro. Wait, bro, it's crazy, bro, honestly.
I ended up on Mamba from being on the streets to get you to sleep, like. So Mamba, what it is, like, it's like a legal high, you smoke that and like it puts you to sleep. So like, that's how I become on Mamba and that. That's right.
So would you say you're dependent on it now, like do you need it to sleep or?
Yeah.
And did you ever smoke mama or anything before you was on the streets?
No.
Any type of drugs?
No, nothing. I was in the army and that. So. Yeah, it was a bit tough at first, like no sleeping bag and that. Then about a week later, things like progressing and getting sleeping bags and that, and food, hot drinks and that.
How did you manage to get the sleeping bags and this sort of stuff like that?
People go around, like helping the homeless and that kind of stuff. And they give you food, sleeping bags, clothes, a lot.
Do you think it's got worse since you've started working?
I think it has, yeah. I mean, what with like rents going up and people are unable to pay the rent, universal credit is the main one. That has caused a lot of homelessness. But it's not just the homeless we have here. We have people who are in hostels, families in temporary accommodation. I mean, we've got babies who are being put into hotels, you know, all living in the same, you know, a family of 4 or 5 living in one room, and all they've got is maybe a breakfast package if they get that, and they come here, or like when through COVID, because we haven't been able to go out so much, we've actually started doing food parcels for our area and giving those out, because it's the only way we can really help.
London for 6 months. We was in like assessment centre, and I tell you, it was the cleanest hostel we ever went to. It's called Passage House. Over here, it's terrible, terrible. I was bred and born over here, and everything's changed. You know what I mean?
Have you been in a hostel over here?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. The one on Hagley Road has got rats, mice. Right, you pay £40 a fortnight, and then you only give you like 2 pieces of bread, 1 bowl of cereal, and 1 coffee. That's for your breakfast, and then your tea is like pasta or rice or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Like shit, bro. Police are just disrespectful. They're the biggest criminals out there. They're the biggest gang. They're just dickheads altogether, bro.
Do you think there's enough support out here for homeless people to like get accommodation?
There is and there isn't, bro. There is and there isn't. Obviously, I don't think the people do enough to get the homeless people off the streets, you know. They don't focus on what the actual homeless people want. They rather focus on what they want you to do, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So, yeah.
There is some, I mean, but it's only if you're the perfect candidate, you know, that you have no baggage with you, you know. I want a place, you get a place, you're in it, settle your things up, that's it. But it's not as straightforward as that, you know. There's a lot of places of shared housing are supposed to be supported. It's just a scam to make money. They're getting like over £300 per person per week, and they're asking for them for half of the benefits as well. And they don't really provide anything.
Is there much support from like the police and the council and stuff out here?
They do try. I will say that. They don't just sit on the laurels. You know what I mean? They do try and get you in somewhere if they can. You know what I mean? But because of my needs and I can't find anywhere to stay.
Why can't you find anywhere?
Because nowhere can. Because I've 24 hour round the clock care I have to have. You know, as I said, I'm paralysed from the chest down. I'm in double incontinence. You know, I'm in trouble right now. I am.
How come the carers haven't come out to you?
They're supposed to come out 4 times a day and they haven't come out once.
So what do you do now?
What am I going to do now? I'll go try and beg some money up and try and get somewhere to stay the night.
What about if you can't find nowhere?
Aye?
What about if you can't find nowhere to stay?
I'll be sleeping round here for the night.
Do the police mind you sleeping in the train stations and stuff?
Well, I don't actually sleep in the train station. I sleep up by the doors here. You know, they've got no choice really. They can't stop me. You know what I mean?
Has it been worse living on the streets since COVID-19 happened?
Yeah.
Can you explain how it's been worse?
It's been a lot harder to get food, get money, do anything basically. And all it's done really is just took the piss basically. That's all it's done.
How's it been since? Obviously it's got harder due to the less amount of people being about and everything. It has got a lot harder. You do get them good people, like I say. Some people want to give, some people don't, but obviously due to the police and the retail and everything around Birmingham, they've cracked down hard on it, and we are actually getting CPWs and CPNs, that's community protection warnings and community protection orders, notices, and that's where you get banned from the city if you get caught begging or you get caught doing something. It is actually an arrestable offence, so in the end you can actually go to prison for it, and it's just got even worse due to COVID. Like 10 times worse.
They're basically like wannabe policemen that can't be policemen, so they're working on the street aside the police, going around saying to them, you can't stop there, you can't sleep there, you've got to move, do this, you can't beg. What do they want people to do? Start going and robbing all the shops? Because before this, I was a shop thief, and I used to be bad at it. I mean good at it, but I used to be really bad. And I haven't done that now for years, and all the shops leave me alone now. I can stand outside them all day, because they know at least I'm not thieving, and what's the lesser damage? giving me £2 or letting me go and rob £10 worth of stuff to get a fiver.
At least with COVID, do you think, you mentioned you don't do it no more, but...
No, but I know people who do, and because of the face masks, they're getting away with more than what they ever did. I mean, it's the truth. They've given every criminal a face mask and said, here, crack on. Don't make no sense. Fucking no sense in the government the way they think, my brother. No sense in it. And they just give every criminal the rights to go and thieve and do what they want. And then they say the crime goes up in the world. Fucking madness.
So what do you think is the solution to homelessness in Birmingham?
It's not just a case of homelessness. It's like, you know, have they got a problem with like drugs or alcohol? Can we help them that way? And they need an all-round sort of thing. Then support. You know, it's all right maybe to get them off the drinks and drugs, but they need the support later on in life as well. And then, you know, accommodation. I mean, it's not always good to be in a shared house because they're mixing with people sometimes who are on drugs. I've heard a lot of things go on about how they get the things stolen or the possessions and they don't want to be there. Sometimes they say it's safer to be on the streets than it is in housing.
How can people join or get in contact with the organisation?
With our organisation, we're on Facebook, Birmingham Support Group. If you message us, you can get in touch with us that way. We do meet up here every Wednesday morning at Albert Street at the moment from about 10:30 AM, where we will serve food, hot food and drinks, and you can come and volunteer. But it's probably best to get in touch with us through Facebook.
People come out to just get money for food. Do you know what I mean? You got people working the streets as prostitutes. They make money. You got people shoplifting because they've got addiction. Do you know what I mean? But my situation, like somebody called up here the other day and said, because what you're doing, why don't you go out shoplifting? I said, no. Why should I go out shoplifting and get caught? And I've got a criminal record. I don't think so.
I think there's a bad stigma around homeless people.
Yes.
Like a lot of homeless people are on drugs or...
Yeah, I'm not all like that. Yes, I'm not all like that. I'm just here, like you see, I got my food here now. I'm just, basically I've come out just to get enough money to survive for the night. And that's what I do every day, just survive. And I don't take drugs, I don't even drink beer. Don't even drink beer. You know, I just went and got like a £5 meal, as you know. And it ain't cheap to live like this. This is what people don't understand. You think, it's easy living. No, it ain't easy living. Sometimes I don't know where I'm eating next. Good, thank God I got a few places where I go for food. The Jamaican man shop there, he feeds me. He feeds me here. Chip shop up there feeds me. They're all good to me in Bearwood. I can't knock them like that. These are some good-hearted people, you know. But when you ain't got it and no one will help you, it feels cold. The world's heartless sometimes. It's a heartless world sometimes.
What we should do, get all the homeless people in with the Boris John, whatever his name is, him, and state how it's going to be. Do you know what I mean? Because it's shit. Do you know what I mean? It is shit. You know what I mean? We can't get nothing, no accommodation. But if you like another, I'm not racist or anything like that, another religion and that, they can get accommodation.
Yeah, well, I've been on the streets a few times. I'd say about 6, 7 times, and it was just, I had nowhere else. You know, I was lost, and I'm not saying I'm a preacher, but far from it. But God help me, give me the strength just to carry on, and that's how I got there. And I've got a place, but it's not the best. But I can't run the place down because, like I say, I've got a roof over my head, and so, but I've got all my little things. They've given me a nice pair of trainers to play, so I'm blessed. I feel low, really. I feel low, but I only can, once you hit that bottom, you can only go up higher. If you want to go up, it's down to yourself, and that's where I'm going to be. But like, I've put myself in that situation, so I can't run nobody down from like where I am. You know what I mean? Where I am. Do you know what I mean? I will get there, and God's will, I will get there.